Hello folks and welcome back to Medieval Total War. I am Conostep and this is going to be part 29 of my early campaign where I'm playing as Aragon. And I believe it was the last episode where I was able to finally start making a profit. And man oh man does it feel good. Take a look at this. Making almost 10 grand. And what am I at? I'm negative 66,000 in the treasury, so you know what? We're making it. We're going to be there. What, in 7 turns? We should be good? Oh man, it's going to feel so good to not be in debt. It's been a long time. And looking around me in this world, actually just looking at like the factions left, there's really not a lot. I mean, it's getting to be a pretty... Well, typically when there's this few factions, it's, you know, you're looking at powerhouses. But even then, it's like less than that because the Byzantines are still around, but they're kind of on their last legs. They unfortunately, they're training a lot of soldiers here in Crete, but then they do have navies available. They could technically use their navies to bring these soldiers from Crete to Serbia or Croatia, but the AI in this game unfortunately doesn't really know how to use their navies very well, so it looks like they're going to have some armies stuck here in Crete when they could be used over here to actually, you know, fight off against some of the factions that they're fighting up against, which I believe are the Egyptians. And that would be really helpful for me because the Egyptians so far, you know, we're making money off of them as long as we have a ceasefire, and that's going well. The French did take Tripoli off of the Egyptians with a crusade, and that's also very good for me. In fact, if the French wanted to bring some boats, some of their boats over to these waters to help kind of give me more, you know, more of a Catholic presence, you know, in this water, in these regions, that'd be nice, but so far they don't have any boats here, so they're not going to be making too much money off of Tripoli. Jesus, they're still making 1,300 off Tripoli? Even without trade? Really? Wow, okay. Dang, that's pretty good. Anyway, so yes, the Egyptians right now are only at war with the Byzantines and the French. That's despite the fact the Mongols are right here in their territory, and then there's this weird little situation where the Egyptians have Khazar as well. They somehow got a ceasefire with the Mongols, so hopefully it doesn't last. Because I mean, the thing is I want the Egyptians to stay busy for as long as possible so that I can get out of this hole, right? You know, this debt that I'm in. So that is something I'm going to keep an eye on. But then other than that, though, it's just like France, basically. Like France has this huge, gigantic empire. They're looking like a superpower. They are at war with the Mongols. The Mongols are still doing okay-ish, but it looks like they will be running out of steam eventually. And then that worries me because other than the Mongols, the only other real enemy that was giving the French a bit of issues was the Italians, and then they let a faction reemergence happen of the papacy, and they're just getting stomped. The papacy has taken over all of Italy, and it looks like they're not, you know, they're not slowing down. So if the papacy takes out Italy and then kind of takes over for Italy in their war against the French, then that could be an okay thing. As long as there's a powerful nation down here fighting against the French, that's all I need to really happen. But if, you know, if the war between the Italians and the papacy just kind of keeps on lingering and it goes on and on and on, and then neither of them can really concentrate their forces against the French, then the French could ever, you know, they could have an opportunity to attack me. And it's still fingers crossed, you know, they were still allies, but at any, I mean, why wouldn't they attack me, right? They're doing so well. And at this point, the threat of the Mongols is going to be, you know, tapering off. And same with the Italians. The threat of the Italians is also going to be tapering off. So, yeah, I need to get out of debt as soon as possible. With that in mind, I do actually want, I should have done this a long time ago. Let's get all these unit queues out. I actually do just want to retrain that because that's free. So I can retrain a unit of Royal Knights. But I do want to get rid of all of these queues just so that, you know, when I finally can spend money, I can make sure that I'm in control of what I'm building, you know, and training. So let's just get rid of all of these guys here, here, and here, and that should be good. Let's just double check that. Oops. Oh yeah, that's fine. And that's looking good. Okay. Nothing here in Sicily, right? And then nothing here in Antec, I don't believe, right? Okay, sounds good. So I think that for the time being, obviously I can't train anything or build anything. I I can retrain my knights so that they become, or should I say my royal knights, so that they become the high period royal knights, which they have better armor, better defense. I can't remember all of their stats, but overall they are better. But more importantly than that, they actually can, when they dismount, they can dismount into chivalric foot knights, which is kind of a new unit that I've discovered thanks to one of my viewers. I've been kind of led on to the power of the foot knights in this game. And man, oh man, they are what you should be using in the high period. You should have chivalric knights so that you can use them as your cavalry piece, but then you should also have extra chivalric knights so that you can dismount them and use them as your polearm units. Because even though they are small units, you know, a 40-man unit for a full unit of cavalry, and then even smaller, of course, for the nobles, right? The royal knights are only 20-man, but even a 20-man unit of chivalric foot knights, basically, they're powerful. They can really hack through some stuff. You know, their polearms give them a bonus versus cavalry, and you know it's like armor piercing plus like an anti-cav bonus, so it's really, really good. And decent armor as well, decent stats. So yeah, just having my royal knights be retrained into these high period royal knights should be what I should have done a long time ago, honestly, because that would have been available to me at the year 1205. And you know, for example, I have this, you know, unit here, Royal Knights. Should have done it a long time ago. This is an early period Royal Knight. And do I have any more in this army? No, I do not. And then these guys as well. How many do I have? So my king is in a unit of, so this is the high period Royal Knight. So I need to get him retrained. Other than him though, who do I have? This is another high period Royal Knight. Do I have any early period ones? Yeah, I have one right here. And he has 6 Valor, so like yes, I could really use him. 6 Valor is good. And is there anyone else? Let me just take a peek here and see. Yep, there's another one here. And then that should be it. So just like the three of them, I think. But that could be a little power spike as well, just to give me a little bit of a boost. And I can take it. So other than that, I'm going to keep on. I mean, I know that like this is kind of been I don't know if this is really doing much, using my Inquisitors to kind of mess with the French, but I'm just going to keep on doing it because I need to kind of do whatever I can to slow them down. If by lowering the population loyalty in certain provinces, even if I'm not creating these reemergences and these civil wars that I'd like to, you know, create, still just by forcing them to garrison provinces with soldiers, just to, you know, stop population, you know, just to stop rebellions, or just to also force them to lower their taxes so they make less money. Even these small steps like this can help slow down the French, and that's, you know, anything helps at this point. How is their king doing? Yeah, he has plenty of influence, so he is just fine in that regard. And yeah, of course, he just also had a successful crusade, so that is going to help out as well. Bummer. We have a plague here in Antioch, and this is pretty bad timing for it, because I'm going to be making... It's going to be half my income of Antioch, which I think is one of my richest provinces. Yikes. Ugh, that is rough stuff. Rough stuff for sure. So, let's see. Anything else? I feel like that was a pretty quiet end turn there. There was a little bit of back and forth between the Egyptians and the Byzantines. The Egyptians did take Hungary, but then I feel like, was there something over here or no? Yeah, I feel like the Byzantines are just under siege right now. They're just having a hard time of it. And I was able to put Sicily up to very high taxes now. They're still over 120% loyalty, so that's, you know, that's my line. And yeah, making, you know what, even with an income halved at Antioch, I'm still making almost 10 grand, so that's feeling pretty gosh darn good. And then my Royal Knight was not retrained. Is this actually cost money? I didn't think it did. Oh, well, that's a bummer. Huh. So yeah, I guess I can't retrain my Royal Knights until I actually can afford it. I didn't know that was the case. I thought that retraining units was free. So I'll bring you back, and I may as well put you out of there. Put you back in your army, yeah. Huh, okie dokie. Gosh, I wonder, is that... Why is that the case? I'm pretty sure I can retrain other units. It's just that you can't get more men. But if you're just upgrading like their equipment, I thought that was free, but yeah, it's because in Shogun it is. In Shogun, it costs money to say if the unit has less than full strength men-wise, then it's going to cost money to retrain, those like few men. But if you're just upgrading that unit's equipment, that was always free in Shogun, and I thought it was free in this game as well, so I don't know if I'm missing something here. Now, the King of France has died from an illness, and this, I was just looking at this before I clicked enter. The king had 8 influence, and I wonder if that's going to have an effect now that he's gone. I'm really curious to see what the new king is going to be, because 8 influence goes a long way towards holding together the loyalty of your people and your generals. So I'm going to take a peek at that. I also saw some Christian rebellions on one of the Italian islands, but also in Morocco, which is interesting because there's no... How is there a Christian rebellion here? How is it 85% Christian? Do I have a church here in Granada? I do, yeah. So right, and I'm pretty sure that churches do spread Christianity not just in their own provinces, but also in adjacent provinces. So that must be it. I was wondering because I don't have any priests or bishops in Morocco. So, wow, they have a little Christian rebellion. My goodness, and that might win. An arbalester, a Pivise arbalester, and then 2 militia sergeants. I mean, that's kind of a group that's made for killing Cav, so that might win. They might win, and that would give me a little bit of a buffer between the Almohads and myself. I would not mind that one bit. That's kind of handy. So, other than that, though, there's also a little Christian rebellion here in Sardinia. What do we have? Some Italian infantry versus Royal Knights. Well, I mean, they will do a bit of damage to the Royal Knights, but I think that the Royal Knights might still win that battle. Now, yes, the French are back to looking a little bit strong, and they are, of course, on my borders. The Italians were pushed off of Toulouse. And I gotta say, man, if the French come attacking, we're so close. We're down to negative 26,000. So just a few more turns before I should be out of the hole. We're getting there. We're almost there. And yeah, just fingers crossed. Oh my God. The French king ended up in Tripoli. Is it because... Okay, so my understanding is that the new kings always end up in the provinces that have the most buildings. And I wonder if Tripoli has the most buildings, and that's why he ended up here. Oh my God. So he does have 4 influence. That's okay, 4 influence and then 1 dread, so that's a little something. 5 piety. Nothing here that helps with population happiness. Yeah. 4 influence. Okay, well, gosh. He doesn't... So in his influence, though, because he's completely cut off. He has no boats, that's, what's the word? Connecting his influence with the rest of his realm, so the French might have issues coming up. Like, look, yep, first general I clicked on. 2 loyalty. Let's keep looking. Well, I did see quite a few generals with low loyalty. I didn't see any heirs with low loyalty. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that for a civil war to happen, you do need at least 1 heir with low loyalty, because he's going to be like the supposed next king if the civil war wins. I think that's the case. Correct me if I'm wrong, though. If it's just generals that's required with low loyalty, then the French might be on their way. But yeah, I don't know if that's the case or not. In any case, yeah, let's just keep moving along here, because we are so close to being able to spend some money. Okay, looks like we have a little bit of, not civil wars, but a little bit of rebellion going on here, in Anjou at least. And Normandy. Okay, there's a little something going on. Not a civil war. It doesn't look like that's a civil war, but yeah. Income halved in Valencia, that's never ideal. And we have another son on the way, that's perfect. That's my second son who's on his way. Still a ways off, though. It's not much, just a couple units to give them a little bit of issues here in Normandy, actually, just based on, like, what I'm seeing here. Huh, it's interesting that it was in these two. Huh, I wonder if my Inquisitor actually caused this. Zeal 61%, loyalty 62%. Interesting. Yeah, hey, I'll take credit for it if I did anything to help. That's wonderful. And yeah, this little rebellion is kind of nasty. 2 Pavis Arbalesters and then some Chivalric Sergeants. Armor upgrades as well. 3-star General. Damn, these rebels are not messing around. They will take Anjou back unless the French bring in reinforcements, which they have plenty of reinforcements here in Aquitaine. The question, though, is that will France lose Normandy? They could, they might, but they could easily enough bring in some, like these guys from Brittany, and they could probably help out. Brittany's at, wow, yeah, loyalty is kind of messed up. Like, loyalty is like low here in Brittany as well, 87%, so. Yeah, I looked at the general's loyalty, but I wasn't looking at the population loyalty, so. Yeah, having the king separated from the rest of his realm is causing some issues. So you might not have seen the end of these rebellions. And oh man, if we could get a faction reemergence from the English or the Danes, that'd be wonderful as well. That'd be very, very clutch. I don't know if it's too late. Ooh, and there's another crusade marker on the field as well. Okay, I wonder where that's going to be pointed at. I'm very, very curious. Yeah, because a failed crusade, as we know, can also mess with the king's influence, and that can cause issues as well. He still has 4 influence, so he's doing okay. And, oh yeah, wow, they've taken Palestine. Okay. Or Jerusalem, sorry. Or no, yes, Palestine. And, okay, yeah, wow, I'm really surprised they were able to pull that off. They don't have a ton of troops here in Tripoli. So I doubt that this is going to last. I'm assuming that they're going to have to retreat from this. Yeah, but hey, the fact that they're causing issues for the Egyptians, that's a win in my book. Yeah, totally, because I'm at negative 17,000, and I am on my way, folks. I'm on my way. I'm working on it. I'm so close here. Oh, wow, check out the Byzantines buying Malta. Okay, that's interesting. I mean, Malta, what is it worth? Not a ton, honestly, but I thought it was worth buying this rebel army and essentially buying the province. Okay, it's an interesting move. Yeah, they could really use this army here, you know, in their territories. I think they are down to like Serbia and Croatia. Oh no, they still have Anatolia, and I'm gonna use this princess to go check out Rum as well and see if they have anyone there. I don't know if they've lost Rum or not. This is kind of funny. So I am now the richest. No one else can claim to have such a large annual income. Your embarrassing lack of money must be a temporary cash flow problem. Yes, let's call it that. Oh, I didn't know that these were different messages, like based on your actual situation. I've never noticed that before. That's hilarious. And what do we got? So the French did declare a crusade against Edessa. Okay. Yes. Yes. And okay, wow. And the Novgorods have reappeared as well. So here's a faction reemergence. I'm assuming that's French territory, so that's good for me. And they are still dealing with some more rebellions. Yeah, the rebels did take Anjou and Normandy. And then there's also another new rebellion up here in Northumbria as well. And yeah, this is the crusade that's going towards Edessa, I assume. What else? Brandenburg, yeah, another rebellion here in Brandenburg, and then Pomerania. Yeah, the French are dealing with a few issues here, so that's interesting. I wonder how this crusade is going to do. I'm really curious, because at this point, the Egyptians have pushed way out to Hungary, and like, oh, I forgot to check on this. So yeah, the Egyptian Sultan for influence, so he's okay. Well, no. Unhinged Loon, that's a bad one. So convinced he has been made pregnant by an elephant, this man inspires nothing but except pity and contempt in equal measures among his followers. So -3 morale and -30 happiness. That's bad. That's a bad one. So I wonder if I take a look around here, like how's the loyalty doing for the Egyptians? Not bad. They look like they're doing okay. Yeah, I feel like they have enough soldiers on the field to where like they can deal with any population loyalty issues. Yeah, they're doing okay. But if the French keep losing these battles, like, how's the influence on the French king? Yeah, he's still doing okay as well. Interesting. Yeah, I find it hard to believe that the French are going to be able to take Edessa, but the fact that they have spies spying on me here in Antioch makes me a little bit nervous. They have a princess and a bishop. Would they dare attack me and like, you know, like we're surrounded by Egyptians. He's at war with Egypt. I'm not. Like, would he dare attack me? I don't know. And I'm so close. Negative 8,926. Is this my last turn? 8,984. Yeah. At the end of this turn, I'm going to be just like a handful of, just a smidgen of florins in the positive. As long as nothing goes wrong here. Oh, man. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. Let me just do my due diligence here. I need to make sure I know every turn. Like, I'm just checking the French generals. Ooh, wow. They have another crusade marker on the field as well. My goodness, that's dangerous because like, if these crusades fail, that's negative influence for the French king, and they're already having some issues here because their French king's influence is not being connected to the rest of his realm. So this is a nation that might combust, and if they do attack me, you know, the more times they lose, that's going to be less influence for the French as well. That could be their death blow. I'm not saying I could hold out to against the entire French Empire, but I could hold out for a battle or two, maybe. So I know that they have some good troops though. At this point they just really outclass my army in pretty much every way. So yeah, as soon as I can get in the positive, I need to really prioritize how I spend my money, because I'm going to want more boats so that I can get my trade going back up here in the northern regions. I'm going to want more soldiers, and I'm going to want more military buildings to quickly start teching up my military as well. And it's going to be really hard for me to balance all three of those things because I want all three of those things badly. So the way I spend my money coming up here is going to be very interesting. Luckily, I can actually train some, for me, advanced soldiers here in Sicily. I can train chivalric sergeants and crossbowmen, which is good, and also some chivalric men-at-arms. So that's, you know, decent spearmen, decent swordsmen, and then an armor-piercing archer unit. And for me right now, that would be a freaking upgrade, because I don't have any crossbowmen on the field, so that's going to be really important. I can actually train chivalric sergeants here in Cordoba, so that's a possibility. I can train my spearmen here and then train my crossbows and my swords out here in Sicily. Yeah, that might be what I'd be doing going forward. And the French have now launched another crusade to Tunisia as well, and that's probably going to be an easier one for them to accomplish. However, I'm pretty sure that means they're going to be going through my territories unless they can use their fleets, but no, I don't think so. I think that crusade will be marching through my territories, and that's a little bit scary because, yeah, that's going to suck up soldiers from my armies, and I already don't have a lot of soldiers in my armies. And the question is going to be, so what I could do is I could move my armies out of the way of the crusade and just leave a small garrison in those provinces like Aragon and Navarre. I don't know though. I don't know if that's the right call, just because I don't know if I should really be, you know, leaving my border undefended. I don't think I should leave an opening to the French. Gosh, that's a tough call. Yeah, I'll have to keep an eye on that and see where that one's going. But look at that down there. I'm back, baby. 58 florins. Oh my god, that feels so good. Now, I can't spend anything with 58 florins, but next turn I will be able to buy something. And what do I got? So, approachable and devout. Okay, all looks good. So yeah, that's, let's see, where is that crusade? So this is the one that's going to Edessa. And then where is the crusade that is going to... Where is it? Where's the crusade that's going to Tunisia? Ah, here it is. Yeah, okay. So I'll have to keep an eye on them. I can't say no to the French. You know, that will cause a war. So I can't have that happening. But man, it would be tempting to say no just to like make sure that crusade fails and then possibly cause a civil war with the French. But no, I you know, I just got back, you know, like I can't go back. Like if I started a war with the French, then I wouldn't be able to trade with all of this. And that's what I want to do. I want to start getting boats in the water so I can trade with all of these territories owned by the French. So it's really important that I make sure that happens. What's happening down here? So yeah. Man, things are really gonna jump off here between the Egyptians and the French. The fact that they share a land border now is really interesting. And there still is a bit of Mongolian power. Like, I know they're not really making power moves right now, but the fact that they have this little base of soldiers is... It's pretty far west, isn't it? And the French are still dealing with these rebellions. So, yeah, they're not... They look big, they look powerful, but I feel like it's kind of a house of cards, you know? Like, it's kind of looking like it could fall at some point. Check this out. I feel like I've never seen this photo before. Bandits in Northumbria. There were reports of unrest in this province. Rebels led by outlaws will launch an attack against this province next year. So this must be a different type of rebellion. I don't know exactly what makes this unique or what causes this, but that's a cool little photo there. And yeah, the French are still having issues. So another rebellion here. So yeah, this is a peasants' rebellion, right? So it's going to be a little bit different. But yeah, this is going to happen here in Lithuania, which I believe is one of the... I think this is one of the hardest provinces in the game to, like, you know, keep people happy, along with Scotland and Portugal. I'm not sure. It might be Latvia, but it might be Lithuania. I'm not quite sure. And yeah, look at that. Another rebellion here in Sweden. They are having a lot of issues. And yeah, we got that Inquisition going here in Denmark. And yeah, Zeal's going to diminish there. And I did kill an Egyptian assassin here in Granada. And we got a daughter on the way. Okay. Alright, so the Crusade's already here. And I'm probably just going to take the hit. I'm probably... Because, like, that's the thing. Like, they could go through Navarre or Aragon. I don't know. I don't know. So, yeah. They're going to come through my lands and suck up all my people. What's my zeal looking like? Oh my god. Fuck. Okay, my zeal's at 100%. How? I didn't think that was possible. I thought that it got burned out after a while. How's my zeal so high? Is it my governor? Does he have like a thing that makes zeal? Yeah. Plus 40% zeal. Damn. Okay. Yeah, gosh, I probably, if I had time, I only have one emissary and he's down here. I keep looking, I keep trying to find a wife for my brother, but I feel like anytime I give him an order to request a marriage, I feel like he keeps dropping he's not following them around. He's not like completing his task. So I'm having to micromanage him and he's not going to get here in time because I need him to like, I don't think he's going to be able to take away this man's title in time. What about Navarre? How's his zeal here? Yeah, that's 62%. It's still high, but like it's not no dang 100. So what's this guy's acumen? It's only 4. God damn, I should probably... Yeah, would he be able to get here? Like, would it... It might be worth it. It might be worth trying. Yeah, let's try to take this man's title away. It is you, right? Just a double check. Fanatic, Duke of Aragon. Yes, it is you. Yep, let's take away your title. Hopefully that happens in this turn so that I can lower the zeal by 40%. God, that's a lot. That's insane. And what else? So I'd also need to find a governor. So someone who, you know, hopefully doesn't have that much of a boost to the zeal, but also more acumen as well. It'd be nice to make a little bit more money, even though Aragon's not a big money-making territory for me. It would be nice to make, you know, a little something extra. I was going to say Don Alfonso Jalmirez seems like a good one. 6 acumen, that looks pretty good. 3 dread, looks pretty good. Fanatic, god damn it. 40% zeal, same thing. Oh, that's tough. Okay, well, let's keep looking. Okay, here we go. Don Gonzalo Diaz de Haro. He has 6 acumen and minus in happiness because of the secret avarice and his endless quest for riches. He secretly engages in complex plots to divest his subordinates to some of their wealth. Some would call what he does fraud. So plus 2 acumen, but also minus 10 happiness. But since Aragon's one of my provinces, well, it's my border province, and since I have so many soldiers there, I'm not too worried about the negative happiness. And yeah, devout plus 2 piety as well. So the 6 acumen should be good. He is going to be my new governor of Aragon. Holy moly, I almost forgot. So I do have money now. I didn't believe my eyes at first when I saw this. I was like, nah, that must be a different number. But yes, I do have money now. So just to get this out of the way, not that it's a priority, but I do have a unit of Spanish unités that I would like to retrain here in Leon. And then I would like to retrain a unit of archers and a unit of feudal men-at-arms here in Castile as well. Just to kind of get that out of the way. And then Cordoba, yes, let's kind of retrain, as I was trying to do before, this unit of Royal Knights, so that he's going to become a chivalric Royal Knight. And then let's also bring up this unit of Royal Knights as well, so he can be retrained to the next turn. And, do I want to do, what do I want to prioritize? I think, so what do I have here? I just have a basic armor that gives +1 armor. I don't have any metalsmiths here. Do I have any metalsmiths or just the armors? So just a basic armor. Then I do have a church for +1 morale, so I can, that's a, you know, that's decent, but nothing crazy. And then, okay, so I do have, okay, so Leon, I have the metalsmith, but then I don't have an armor. So this is going to be +1 weapons, but I also have a church for +1 morale. Okay. And I don't think I have a church in either Aragon or Navarre. False. I do have a church in Navarre. Okay. Okie doke. So that's a little tough because these are the provinces that give me good upgrades, right? But this is the province that I can actually get chivalric sergeants, men-at-arms, and crossbows. So there's no iron here in Sicily. And I can also get the chivalric sergeants here in Cordoba as well. So what do I want to prioritize? How about, let's just get some, how much do these cost? 60, or it costs 250. This costs 300, and the crossbows cost 200. Okay. And then the support costs 52, 62, and 22 for crossbows. Okay. Let's just start off with a bunch of chivalric men-at-arms. We'll get those going first there in Sicily. And then let's get boats going. At this point, I don't want any of these barks. No, no, no. I don't want barks. I want caravels because the upkeep is cheaper. So, like, support cost is going to be 12, and then for this it's 20. So even though these cost an extra 200 florins, the fact that they have better stats and they can be in the deep sea regions makes these just a better bargain all around. 3, 3, 1, and 0. 1, 2, 3, 0. So there's better speed on the barks, but I will take the offensive and defensive stats and the fact that they can go in deep sea regions and the fact that the support costs are like half, you know, so, or not quite half, but close. So yeah, let's get to some caravels going. And anything else? Yeah, let's get another caravel going here in Granada. And can I, yep, I can build them here in Aragon as well. And anything else? All right, let's keep it there for now. Actually, you know what? Some of my provinces are just a little bit low. I could use some more peasants, actually, just for my population loyalty, because I did bring some peasants over to Sicily to help out with that situation. So I want some more guys like garrisoning these castles here in Leon and Cordoba and Aragon. Yeah. Let's get these guys back in these castles here. Now, should I build anything here in Antioch? It's, gosh, it's hard to say. Part of me, like, so all I can train here is the Turcopoles, which is my, it's a horse archer unit that I can train here, but is it worth it? Like, do I really need them? Because that's the only unit that I can train, and it's tempting to get a merchant, which is the second tier merchant building, and that would be it's a lot. It's like I want to say it's like a 20% boost to trade income coming from this region, which would be crazy. Like, look at that. Like, that'd be great. So it's tempting. The merchant is only 1,000 florins. It's very, very tempting. I think, gosh, I was kind of leaning towards no, just because things are still relatively precarious here. You know, like, I don't have, I have numbers. I have some numbers, right? But I need to focus my efforts right now on bulking up my forces in Navarre and Aragon before I can really think about Antioch. So I don't know, though. Having that merchant would be nice. That would be a nice boost. That would really go a long ways towards helping me get out of the hole that I'm in. So yeah, let's go for it. Let's spend some money. Gotta spend the money to make the money. So yeah, let's do that. And let's keep looking for... I'm trying to get a wife for my brother. And where did my emissary go? Oh, right. That's right. I changed his mission. He's no longer looking for a wife. He's taking away the titles from this governor, hopefully so that we can get a zealot out of office just in time for the Crusades to come through. So, oh dear. Yeah, this is making me a little bit nervous. I'm afraid to see how much men they take from my armies. But you know what? I can actually retrain soldiers now because I can't afford it. So thank God for that. So if they're going to come through here and strip my armies of soldiers, then so be it. And now a crusade arrives in Aragon. This crusade is on the way towards Tunisia, and a messenger has requested that you allow it to pass through your land. If you refuse, you will be attacked. Will you allow it to pass? Yes, I will. Yep, I'll take the hit. I will take the hit. It's too bad, too, because the French, I was looking at their ships, and they're one boat away from being having a shipping line to Tunisia. Not that they would have used it anyway, but that would have been nice. And it looks like an assassin killed my Inquisitor. Okay, well, that's I actually, a few of my assassins, or a few of my Inquisitors were actually killing assassins trying to kill them, so that felt pretty good. So I guess, you know, comes around eventually. Ooh, wow. So the Egyptians are being pushed back here in Assia. Okay, that's cool. And yeah, more unrest here in French territory. That feels good. Ooh, wow. Look at that. Oh, wow. In the Crusade territory, nonetheless. Pomerania. Wow, that's an insane rebellion going on. And yes, so we did relieve that governor of his duties. And I'm really curious if that's going to make a difference regarding how much soldiers I lose. And yes, awesome. The Danes are appeared, finally. Oh, that feels good. Oh, yes. Oh, okay, man, that feels good. Another son is on the way. Awesome, perfect. Oh, things are just looking up. Gosh, darn. Oh, it feels like I can breathe again, you know? And, oh yeah, here's an historical general. This is one guy actually I know a little bit about. And what he's going to be in the unit. What is I training here? Chivalric Men-at-Arms? Okay. Yeah, Don Roger de Loria. And my understanding is that he was actually an admiral for, you know, like the Navy, for Aragon's Navy. But, you know, he's just put inside of the land unit for the purposes of this campaign. But yeah, cool. He's a, you know, +1 command when assaulting castles. So that's kind of neat. Kind of specific, but whatevs. let's take a look at them. Let's go down here. And yeah, 4-star general, 4 dread, 4 piety, 4 acumen. Yeah, all solid all around. And a skilled assaulter. Yeah, I don't know too much about him. I just know that he was like an admiral. So I need to really get to my book that I have about the Crown of Aragon. I'm still reading about the Almohads and the Almoravids, so I'm not there yet. What's this? What do I have a thing? Oh yeah, right. I took away this man's livelihood. So where is my new governor? Here you are. And 6 acumen. Let me just double check everything, make sure that you are the right man for the job. I think you are. So what do we got? 385 and making 615. So that feels pretty good. Peasant can go back in the castle. And so what are we losing here? So like we're taking a hit for sure. Yeah, that's a hit, isn't it? Damn. Yeah, that's some brutal shit. So my 100-man units are losing 30 men. My 60-man units are losing 18 men. And then my 40-man units, my cav units, are losing 12 men. Jesus, that's a hit. They better keep moving along. If they stay here in Aragon, I'm not going to have an army left. Okay, so what I need to do is immediately start retraining the guys that are... God damn it, I'm building a boat here. What about Navarre? Okay, so I can retrain these guys in Navarre. So let's get you back here. And yeah, let's start bringing these guys over to Navarre so that they can be retrained. I'm assuming I can... No, I can't train Genites here in Navarre. Oh, God. Where else can I train Genites? Just Leon? Okay. Fine. go to Leon. And I can bring these Genites back over here. And yeah, I have a new archer. That looks good. And yes, Royal Knights as well. You can go in here and then you can retrain as well. Just double check. That is a, yep, high period. Nice. Wonderful. High period unit of Royal Knights. That's what I need. Now that I actually do have a little bit more money, you know, in my bank, let's just keep going for it here. Let's get some defensive upgrades here in Aragon and Navarre because I can afford it. And this is my frontier. Luckily, the French don't seem like they have enough soldiers to, you know, if they wanted to weaken me with the crusade and then attack, that's not going to really happen because it looks like they're dealing with their own issues. So that is good news. So this, you know, problem of having my soldiers sucked up by a crusade, hopefully should not hurt me in the long run. I think I will have enough time to refit my men, you know, if and when the French decide to attack. So yeah, let's get these defensive upgrades going here in Navarre and Aragon. Let's work on, I think this is my 3rd tier merchant building here in Castile, so I'll get more money going. And then what about Leon? So I just noticed something. So the Master Horse Breeder, I believe... So when I took Leon after, or off of the Spanish, they left me with this... I think it was the Horse Breeders Guild. And wait, can I can't train... No, I can't train Chivalric Knights. No, I cannot. It left me... Was it this building? Yeah, it was this building. I believe. But yeah, in any case, if I just build the Master Horse Breeder, that would allow me... So Lancers are the best heavy cav unit in the game, and they actually don't count as Knights, I don't think, because that would be a different chain of buildings, I believe. Let me look at this again. Yeah, so for Chivalric Knights, you know, obviously being a Knight, you need to go down the, like, court building chain line, which is its own thing. Like, I need to go, I think it's, like the Royal Court, and then maybe the Baronial Court is after that. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe I should do that. But then I'd also need to get the Armorer's Guild. So I'd need to get a Spear Maker plus an Armor, and then I think the Armorer's Workshop, and then I think the Armorer's Guild is the 3rd tier, I believe. But then a Lancer... Oops. The Lancer being... This is the best heavy cav unit in the game. So what would be faster? Like, should I just go for Lancers and skip the Chivalric Knights? Should that be the play? I need a Master Armor and then a Master Spearmaker in addition to this building, which I can already build. And to get the Master Armor and Master Spearmaker, I do need to get up to the highest tier of castle, which is the fortress. So it's a long grind. It is. It really is. Maybe not. Maybe I should just go for chivalric knights first. Well, heck, I can't even train feudal knights. So why do I have a building that allows me to train feudal knights, but I can't train? So if I got this, this could allow me to train royal knights. Okay. Let me dig around here. I need to figure this out. So in Cordoba, if I get the royal estate, that allows me to train feudal knights. Okay. With the armor's workshop and the horse breeder. So I do need to get the armor, So let's get the Spearmaker first here in Leon, so I can get the armor and then the armor's workshop, and then I can also go from there and get a royal court. Let's take things step by step, I suppose. I'm tempted to like just rush for lancers, but let's take a deep breath. Gotta slow myself down a little bit here. And what about Cordoba? What can I do here? What do I want to do here? Oh man, I could. That's right. That's right. The gunpowder event happened. I couldn't afford anything. Oh man. So I can actually start working towards gunpowder and artillery and stuff. Man, is it time for me to do that? I guess, yeah. Or something else, like handgunners as well. I could do that. Yeah, maybe. Or even just getting a province that I can build more ships at is not a bad idea either. Like, it's the boring option, but I feel like that would be a good idea. Just get a dockyard going so I could build caravels here if I wanted to. Yep. So let's do that, and then Granada. What's the play here in Granada? What is the play? Maybe the Bell Foundry is what I do here, so I can get artillery here, or maybe Gunsmith's Workshop. So can I already? No, that's the. I forget. Yeah, the Gunsmith is only available to the Egyptians. The Gunsmith's Workshop is the second tier building that's available to everyone else. So the Egyptians can actually train their handgunners at an earlier time than the rest of the factions. Yeah, it is tempting to go this route. What does Granada have? So it doesn't offer any bonuses to anything other than Almohad Urban Militia, so that doesn't apply to me. And I am tempted to go like agents here in Granada. Because I think right now I can only get agents here in Valencia. So it is tempting to have another province where I can train agents. What about Sicily? Does this give me anything? So yeah, this doesn't give any bonuses or anything. It doesn't have iron as well, so it doesn't offer anything. Ooh, I can get a Merchant's Guild here though, so more income for Sicily. And yeah, back to Granada. So since I can't, I shouldn't be training soldiers here, right? Because I don't get any bonuses from the metalsmith, so I shouldn't really focus on soldiers, but maybe like artillery and handgunners is kind of a different thing, isn't it? I feel like I shouldn't focus on these right now because I'm not, I don't even have crossbows yet. So like, I feel like that's a little bit, what's the word? A little bit, elegant. That's not the word. I'm trying to think. It's a little out of my reach right now. Let's just kind of do step by step and just kind of focus on the things that are important to me right now. So let's get a tavern so I can actually train some more assassins. And that should be good. So am I building stuff and training stuff in every place? Nope, not Valencia. What does Valencia want? What do they need? What do they feel like? Maybe, yeah, actually, despite what I just said, maybe I should get a Bell Foundry here in Valencia. Or maybe the improved farmland. How's my farm income for Valencia? So farm income is making 696, and that's with 2 upgrades. So I suppose it would be worth it for a second or a 3rd tier upgrade. Yeah, let's do that. Why not? May as well. And is everyone building? Yep, everyone's building stuff. You're not training anything. Kind of feel like you should train stuff. Yeah, let's get some militia sergeants. Yeah, let's just get militia sergeants in Navarre. They're just a solid, steady kind of unit. And let's see, Aragon, what, or not Aragon, but Leon. Maybe more Genites, honestly. I feel like I have a lot of Genites. Maybe just, I would like more bishops. I would like more spies out in the field, that's for sure. Because I feel like I've been half blind this entire game. I haven't been able to see all the territories that I want to be able to see. So that's going to feel very, very good. Portugal, let's get a Merchants Guild here. And then, yeah, let's just keep doing some peasants, just for now. And I can fill up these castles. Oh, wow, yeah, this French Crusade is not messing around. They went straight for Egypt. Okay. Wow, that's interesting. And yeah, it looks like this. So was that the crusade? Okay, I don't know what's going on. I think that was the crusade that's going for Tunisia. Just went to Egypt. I believe that is what's going on. Unfortunately, the Italians did decline my marriage proposal, so that's unfortunate. So what's going on? All right, I need to look at here. Okay, so this is the crusade that's going for Edessa. And yeah, they're making their way through here. Man, this is a big rebellion here in Pomerania. And yeah, the Danes are fighting off the French here in Sweden. Oh, that feels so good. 3 years before this garrison falls. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that feels really good. I want to get some spies up to the Novgorods, though. I want to see how this little re-emergence is going as well. I'm super curious. And then down here, this is the one going for Tunisia. Awesome. So they're just going to sweep on through Almohad's territory here. And yeah, that's, man, they're going to really mess the Almohads up because I don't think the Almohads have much to fight back against the French here. Yeah, super interesting. Also, the Egyptians, I did see them make a push against Austria. Apparently, they weren't successful, but yeah, they're pushing. You know, they're pushing back against the French. Man, super interesting stuff. Really, really cool. I'm glad I get to just watch it while I build up my forces here. But I would like to start finding some princesses to marry my family members. And the Italians are turning me down, so what about the French? We've been friends for a long time, buddy old pal. Can I marry one of your daughters or perhaps your sisters? Just a quick tip for anyone that doesn't know about this. If you are having trouble with all of the castles and all of the armies, and you're having a hard time finding something, for example, in my case, when I want to look for princesses, I can simply press C to toggle the castles on and off. And then I can hit Z to go through either getting rid of all the agents, getting rid of all the armies, or, you know, bring them back. So that's just a little tip in case you don't know. So yes, I did find a German princess this way, so now I can send my emissary over to her, and maybe I can marry the German's daughter. So that'd be nice, because right now, yes, I'm not finding any French princesses. And ooh, there's one. Ooh, okay. Okay, yeah, let's do that instead. Let's go ask the French. I mean, we are friends after all, so why not? Let's go talk to the French. And yeah, also because by marrying one of the princesses, that means that I could potentially inherit their lands if that faction disappears. And if I'm being honest, I don't really want the German territory. They're in kind of a shit position here. They have Bohemia and Swabia. And if I inherited any of those provinces, I'd be so sad. I'd be like, no, I don't want them. I do not want them. Well, folks, at this point, I am truly hooked on this campaign. My God, it's been such a ride. Very, very emotional to go through what I just went through in this campaign. It's been a long journey, And to get back to the point where just in this episode alone, I was negative 66,000 and now I'm at 23,000, you know, doing okay. Making 6,899. So it's going down, you know, a bit with all of these boats that I'm getting, but that's going to increase my income in the long term. And I have some more merchants buildings on the way as well, in addition to some improved farmland as well here in Valencia. My income is just going to keep improving and improving. And yes, I'm getting my forces fixed up as well. That's going to be a very long journey to get my armies up to snuff here because they are very, very behind. However, the French are dealing with some issues. Even though they still have a big empire, they're getting a rebellion like every other turn, and you know, in a different province, and they still have Germans within their borders. They have, you know, the Italians are still around. The papacy is really strong, and they could eventually start poking the belly of the French because they're not at war yet, are they? No, the papacy and the French are not at war yet. I'm assuming the papacy is going to focus on taking out the Italians first before they turn their attentions to the French. But the Egyptians are, you know, fighting back against the French as well. So, and speaking of the Egyptians, they are also not having the easiest of times, you know, fighting against the Byzantines in their own territories. The Mongols are still around, although they're not fighting back against the Egyptians. They are still making their presence felt. And speaking of making their presence felt, the French, they're really trying to take Palestine here. And they just might be able to manage it. This is going to hold out for 2 more turns, so yeah, we'll see how that goes. And the French, yeah, with another crusade, this one going for Tunisia, they will be able to accomplish this one. So that's going to be extra influence for the French king. But the other crusade, I don't know if it's going to make it. In fact, I've kind of lost track. Where did it go? Gosh, it might be going this way. Yeah, actually. Oh, those cheeky bastards. Yeah, the French are not going to be going through the heartland of Egypt. They're going to be going the long way around. And by long way, I mean, they just basically just have to cross the gap. Like, this is going to be like Mongol territory. So I suppose they have to get through that first. But then, you know, it's Egypt here in Khazar. But I think this is the route they're going to be going. Through Khazar, and then Georgia, Armenia, and then Rum, maybe. Gosh, I don't quite know, honestly, but that's going to be really interesting. I don't know if that crusade is going to achieve their goal or not. But in any case, yeah, there's a lot going on, and finally, I can get back into being a player in this campaign and actually making some things happen here. So, oh man, it feels good. It feels so good. There's going to be points are going to be counted in another 2 years here in the year 1275, right? Yes. So obviously that's going to be an issue. I'm going to be behind on points. I am making 10, 12 points now, so that feels good. But the French are making more points, and the Egyptians are also making, you know, 9, 10, 11. So not quite as much as me, but still they're ahead by quite a bit. So I do have some catching up to do, but I don't, you know, the thing is I can't even really focus on points right now. I need to focus on my economy and my military infrastructure. I really need to get my armies going again so that I can be a player in the grand scheme of things. But you know what? That's all going to have to wait until next time. As always, I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and thank you very much for watching. I've been Conostep, and this has been Medieval Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye.